Greetings students. Today we are going to learn about one of USA's leading company, Chevron Corporation. Let us know this company in a much better way. Chevron Corporation is an American multinational energy corporation headquartered in San Ramon, California and active in more than 180 countries. It is engaged in every aspect of the oil, gas and geothermal energy industries, including exploration and production, refining, marketing and transport chemicals, manufacturing and sales and power generation. Chevron is one of the world's 6 major oil companies. As of 2013, it ranked 11th in the Fortune Global 500 list of the world's largest companies.
At Chevron, driving human progress in an ever-changing energy landscape is a constant challenge. Meeting that challenge has made us one of the world's leading independent energy companies. Chevron has nearly 60,000 employees worldwide, dedicated professionals involved in every aspect of the energy industry, from finding and extracting oil and gas to delivering refined products to customers around the world. Through Chevron's upstream business, we span the globe to discover, explore, and extract oil and natural gas. A prime example of our global commitment is in the Asia-Pacific region, where we are hard at work on the $37 billion Gorgon LNG project in Western Australia, which has a total resource base of 40 trillion cubic feet of gas and an estimated economic life of 40 years. In our downstream and chemicals business, Chevron has a strong global network of 8 wholly operated and 8 joint venture refineries. We market premium fuels, base oils, lubricants, and chemical additives through more than 20,000 branded outlets worldwide. We're proud of our innovation and growth, led by expertly trained and experienced professionals who believe deeply in their mission of reliable and efficient operations. Keeping them and the communities in which they work safe is a Chevron core value above every other standard of operating success. Followed closely by Chevron community partnerships that improve the health, education, and economic quality of life for millions. Chevron Lubricants is a leading manufacturer of premium base oils and one of the world's largest suppliers of finished lubricants, delivering exceptional performance for commercial, industrial, and consumer needs through an extensive global network of manufacturing and distribution hubs. As one of the largest suppliers of marine lubricants, Chevron products are available at hundreds of ports around the world, developed in advanced Chevron labs and proven in real-world conditions. To realize our goal of becoming the world's largest producer of premium base oils by 2013, we are constructing a massive new production plant in the U.S. Gulf Coast region at our Pascagoula, Mississippi refinery. When fully operational, this latest addition to Chevron's global network will help provide customers with a steady and secure supply of premium base oils. Chevron Lubricants has a proud and enduring legacy in research and development, including hundreds of industry breakthrough technologies. Our innovative hydroprocessing method, for example, is now widely accepted throughout the refining and base oil industry. Working in close cooperation with major OEMs, Chevron Lubricants is taking the lead in lubricant formulations that meet tomorrow's demands. With a growth strategy built on continuous improvement in the quality and efficiency of our operations and a steady focus on customer needs, Chevron Lubricants is the world's premium partner. The world has only just taken the first tentative steps into what will surely emerge as a challenging century for energy exploration, innovation, and optimization. Chevron Lubricants is the partner of choice to meet this challenge, creating the highest quality products that meet the energy needs of this century and those to follow, delivered safely, reliably, quickly, and efficiently, with a sharp focus on technology leadership, operational excellence, and customer support. Chevron, the power of human energy.
One of the Chevron's early predecessors, Star Oil, was founded after it discovered oil at the Pico Canyon north of Los Angeles in 1876. Another predecessor, Texas Fuel Company, was founded in Beaumont, Texas in 1901 by Buckinson Joe as an oil equipment vendor. In 1911, Standard Oil Co. California was served from its parent corporation, Standard Oil, as a result of the federal government's successful lawsuit against Standard Oil under the Sherman Antitrust Act. It went on to become part of the Seven Sisters, which dominated the world oil industry in the early 20th century. In 1926, the company changed its name to Standard Oil Co. of California Social. The Chevron name came into use for some of its retail products in the 1930s. The name Calso was also used from 1946 to 1955 in states outside its native West Coast territory. Standard Oil of California and Gulf Oil merged in 1984, which was the largest merger in history at that time. To comply with US antitrust law, SOCAL divested many of Gulf's operating subsidiaries and sold some Gulf stations and a refinery in the eastern United States. The refinery is currently owned by Sunoco. Among the assets sold off were Gulf's retail outlets in Gulf's home market of Pittsburgh, where Chevron lacks a retail presence but does retail a regional headquarters there as of 2013, partially for Marcellus shale-related drilling.
100 years ago, we started with sand dunes, and if you look at this town today, it's come a long way, and it started with Standard Oil.
In the early days, when they didn't have cars, it was convenient to work at the refinery and ride your bike to work or walk to work.
And when that whistle went off, it was 4:15, quitting time. So all the kids headed for home because Mom was putting potatoes on the stove and Dad was soon to be home from work.
The refinery is columns and vessels and pipes, but that wasn't what made me come to work every day. It was the people there. It's the people that make the refinery.
Schools to libraries to baseball fields, everything in this community. Without them, we wouldn't be the community we are.
This is where it all started, right here. Two guys on a red line train got off the train, went and sat on their briefcases down in the sand and decided they were going to put a refinery in this spot.
This was a very bold adventure to really start building a refinery when nothing existed. And this is the contract which gave Standard Oil the first 640 or so acres property here. And it was bought for $10 in gold coin. This area was full of eucalyptus groves, watermelon patches, brush, and sand dunes. May 29th, 1911, ground was broken for the refinery. With the help of 500 mules and what were called Fresno scrapers, the original crew spent the first 3 weeks moving approximately 100,000 cubic feet of earth and laying 200 tons of steel. On July 12, 1911, Los Angeles Times said, "Starting on world's greatest refinery." A tent city grew up around the refinery, and this is where most of the employees and their families lived.
They were hiring, and that's what made this town grow. So they created new businesses, which brought new jobs, which brought new people.
Chevron employs approximately 62,000 people, of which approximately 31,000 are employed in US operations. Chevron's oil and gas exploration and production operations are primarily in the US, Australia, Nigeria, Angola, Kazakhstan, and the Gulf of Mexico. As of December 31, 2010, the company had 10.545 billion barrels, 0.6765 billion cubic meters of oil equivalent net proved reserves. Daily production in 2010 was 2.763 million barrels per day, 439.3 thousand cubic meters per day. Chevron's downstream operations manufacture and sell products such as fuels, lubricants, additives, and petrochemicals. The company's most significant areas of operations are the West Coast of North America, the US, Gulf Coast, Southeast Asia, South Korea, Australia, and South Africa. In 2010, Chevron sold in average 3.1 million barrels per day of refined products like gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. The company operates approximately 19,550 retail sites in 84 countries. The Chevron's alternative energy operations include geothermal, solar, wind, biofuel, fuel cells, and hydrogen. In 2011 to 2013, the company plans to spend at least $2 billion on research and acquisition of renewable power ventures. For the fiscal year 2011, Chevron reported earnings of $26.9 billion with an annual revenue of $257.3 billion, an increase of 23.3% over the previous fiscal cycle. Chevron's shares traded at over $105 per share, and its market capitalization was valued at $240 billion. Chevron's corporate headquarters are located in a 92-acre campus in San Ramon, California. The company moved there from its earlier headquarters at 555 Market Street in San Francisco, California, where it was located since its inception in 1879. Chevron also operates from office towers in Houston, Texas, where it leased 1500 Louisiana Street and 1400 Smith Street from former Texas energy giant Enron. Chevron is also planning a new office tower in downtown Houston next to its existing properties at 600 Louisiana Street. Chevron was found to have evaded $3.25 billion in federal and state taxes from 1970 to 2000 through a complex petroleum pricing scheme involving a project in Indonesia. Chevron and Texaco, before they merged in 2001, each owned 50% of a joint venture called Caltex, which pulled crude oil from the ground in a project with the Indonesian state oil company Pertamina. Chevron was accused of reducing its tax liabilities in the US by buying oil from Caltex at inflated prices. One internal Chevron document set the price it paid Pertamina for oil at $4.55 a barrel higher than the prevailing market price. Chevron was then able to overstate deductions for costs on its US income tax returns. Indonesia appeared to levy tax on this oil at 56%, a rate far higher than the corporate tax rate in the US. Because the United States gives companies a credit for taxes paid to foreign governments, tax paid to the Indonesian government reduces tax to the US government. So students, we got to know about the various aspects of Chevron Corporation. Hope you must have got useful information about the company. Have a good day ahead.